I mean, they leave every hour and we have a day ticket, so...
Yeah. But I'd rather be on my way.
So we are sitting in our apartment in Vienna, Austria, and I'm looking at the train schedule, and I see that the capital of Slovakia is only 1 hour by train. I kind of knew Slovakia was a country, but I'm going to be real with you. Before this trip, I really couldn't show you where it was on a map. But let me tell you, I sure know more about this country now, and I think you should come along with me as I take you on a day trip to Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. We are going to walk right up to the presidential palace, see a real castle, and try a noodle dish, which is even better because it has bacon. What more can you ask for? Okay, so like I said, Bratislava, Slovakia is 1 hour away from Vienna, Austria. Specifically, it is 1 hour east of Vienna. There are trains that leave every hour from Vienna to Bratislava, so it is easy to get there. We bought an all-day Bratislava pass. It was 18 euros, and it basically was good for any train between Bratislava and Vienna, and good for all public transportation when we were in Bratislava. The train ride was fun. The seats were comfortable and had power ports, so we could charge our devices along the way. Looking out the window, the vista went from urban to rural and eventually back to urban again. Being that Slovakia is part of the European Union, no extra passport stamp was needed when we crossed the border. Although I did have fun trying to read the advertisement signs, even if I don't know Slovak, which is the official language.
We have as much time here as we want to have time here.
Well, we do need to be back at the airport at 4 a.m.
Yes, I said today, not tomorrow. Last train is at 10 o'clock.
Coming into the train station, I kind of had a bit of a culture shock. The train station looked very communist to me. I think it's a holdover from back when Russia occupied Slovakia.
Is this the only door out? I guess so. Hey, welcome to Bratislava, Slovakia. We are here in Bratislava, Slovakia, and a very communist-looking train station, very simple looking. And we are going to find some public transportation into the center of the city.
I mean, who puts bars on a train station? This was the entrance to the bathroom. The train station was functional, but I hope one day it gets a makeover. The ride into the center of Bratislava is really easy. There is a bus that goes from the train station to downtown. It comes every 30 minutes, and we use Google Maps to make sure we knew where we were going. When we travel in Europe, we use a service called Airlo, which is a virtual eSIM that we program into our phone. Basically, we can get data on our phone almost anywhere in the world with this eSIM. The outskirts of Bratislava reminded me kind of Mexico City. A lot of concrete skyscrapers.
Like Mexico City to you?
Yeah.
You said that about Turkey.
Turkey, they acted like Mexico. I don't know, like, are they gonna act like people from Mexico? But the city, the looks.
Okay, we're coming into Old Town.
It kind of does look like a mix between New York and Mexico City.
Yeah.
The downtown area, however, was very old-style European.
Now it looks starting to look European here.
Makes a lot of people get off at
This area is looking European to me.
the old city.
These things are in English here, so that's good.
Really great to have the world's second language as your first language.
Yep. We are now in the historical area here, and we're going to what looks to be a really old church. And we think we're going on a walking tour. Is that what we're doing, Denise? Okay. Cobblestone.
Bratislava used to be the Hungarian capital of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. In Bratislava, they really seemed to love the Empress Maria Theresa. I think the love was mutual because the Empress Maria Theresa did a lot of construction projects in Bratislava. An interesting thing that we found walking the cobblestone roads of Bratislava were these brass markers. They mark the road that celebrates the old coronation procession.
Right here. Isn't that the Hungarian crown?
Oh, the Hungarian. Oh, Habsburgs.
Yeah, that's the Habsburg crown.
Not Hungarian Habsburg.
In the town square, lots of statues, lots of people posing with the statues. That's the fun thing to do. Everybody wants to check out the distinct architecture here in downtown Bratislava. Look, it's a Slovakian McDonald's. It's wonderful. That's what the song said. I don't know why McDonald's is green here, but that's what it is.
McDonald's is what?
Green and yellow here. See?
Yeah. Probably it's good this year. It's dark. Yeah. Probably
Initially, when we got to downtown Bratislava, we were signed up to go on a free walking tour. Well, free with tips, but we didn't stay on that tour. The tour guides were really nice, but I have found that I don't do well on some guided tours. I get easily distracted, so we paid our tip early and we cut away from the group. This is the Opera House. It wasn't open when we were there, but what caught my eye was the fountain with an eagle eating a snake. Definitely have seen that before. It also had these little statues of traditional water creatures in Slovakia, which were apparently the turtle, the frog, and the lobster. Bratislava is next to the Danube River, and if you look closely, you can see how that river got moved over the years. Not far from the Opera House is this hole, and it shows the old gatehouse that used to be a part of the boathouse gate. Back when Bratislava was controlled by Russia, the city center was kind of drab. To get away from that drab Soviet look, the city in the 1990s installed a bunch of statues that showcase some well-known citizens. This guy's name is Kumil, and he is probably the most famous of these statues. He used to be a sewer worker and was known for being very friendly. Some guys told me that he was friendly because he was looking up women's skirts. Some women, though, told me that he was just a nice guy. People go and take a picture with the statue, and the deal is supposedly if you touch the guy's head, you will have good relationships in the future. This is Shoshone Nasi, and he looks very well dressed, and he was, but this guy was very poor in life. According to the story that I was told, the local said that he was very poor and only had one suit, but he would go out in that one suit every day on this corner close to the main plaza, which is next to the French embassy, to beg for money. The thing is, he was known for being extremely friendly and would greet everyone in at least 6 languages. He made everyone happy, and so after he died, they decided everyone else needed to be happy, and so they put this statue on the corner, and he's still there today greeting the people. Today, the beautiful Pawera House is a museum, but this building has had many lives. It was at one point a prison, an armory, a church, and a city hall. Oh, and yes, that is a cannonball stuck in the wall. The main square features the Maximilianova Fountain, which was built back in 1572 by the King Maximilian II to bring the water to the people. Walking up the cobblestone roads from the main square, you can get to St. Michael's Gate. You can pay to go to the top of the tower, or just do what we did and admire it from down below. Just past the gate, you will find the presidential palace.
Here is the presidential palace that's coming up behind this train, and it is a parliamentary government here. So the president is a symbolic leader, but the prime minister, along with parliamentary, makes all the rules.
This place was called Stefanka's. It is named after a Hungarian princess and has been operating since 1904. It looked to be a very fancy place, but surprisingly, we found the menu items to be quite affordable. Although I have to say, the translation on the soup was a little bit interesting. We eventually figured out that the slime really meant mushrooms.
Another thing that we learned is that Slovakia has its own cola called Kofola. It's kind of like Coca-Cola, but it's more citrusy.
We ordered what was called haluski, which we were told was a traditional Slovakian dish made of little potato dumplings, a cheese sauce, and bacon squares. It was cheesy goodness. The dessert they gave to us was a very fancy chocolate melting cake that was topped with a bunch of local fruits and berries. With a hearty lunch, we decided to go to the Bratislava castle. It was a good thing we ate a good lunch because it was a bit of a hike to get up to that castle. The area around the castle has been known to be inhabited for at least 3,000 years before Christ, according to the ruins that have been found. Though much of what we see today was built under the Empress Maria Theresa in the 1700s. Empress Maria Theresa spent equal time in both Austria and Slovakia, which back then was part of the Hungarian Empire. Walking around the castle is fun. The grounds are very well kept and beautifully landscaped. When we were at the castle, there was a medieval fair going on, and they had different booths demonstrating how crafts were made in medieval times. My son was able to make a hammered stamped aluminum coin, which was fun. This is the old Calvary building. Beautiful, but also good to know because it has the only public restrooms for about a mile. The views from the castle are impressive as it looks over the Danube River. They have an intriguing bridge that has a tower that looks like a UFO. That's what everybody calls it, the UFO bridge. On the way down, we saw the Slovakian Parliamentary Building, which is the real power of Slovakia. After visiting the castle, we took a bus back to the train station to go back to Vienna. Well, we hope you enjoyed this little day tour of Bratislava, Slovakia, a country I really didn't know, but I enjoyed the day there and I hope to visit again one day.